Let's start in the bottom of third. See what boost we hit. Go. Wow, almost 25 pounds. The tires start spinning. Holy crap. YouTube, what's going on? Finally making time to get back working on this. I just got the wire harness predominantly hooked up. I've got a couple connectors left that I think go to emission stuff. We're gonna have to figure that out. Fuel lines are ran. Putting this Forge boot in here and getting the N75 valve hooked up. Trying to eliminate all my vacuum lines here. Got all these. Got, I think, just those three. These two and this one here. So many vacuum lines on these motors. We're about to try to start it. Hopefully this engine runs. It's been sitting predominantly most of the week. Memorial Day weekend, my son and I spent the time. We built his Subaru WRX motor. He's got an EJ20 that he blew rods on. You've probably seen it in other videos. So we went out, we found a 700 horsepower capable bottom end. It was all closed deck, machined, JE Ultra Custom pistons, Manley rods. He has two JDM heads off his motor. So we had those heads sent out, had them rebuilt, new valves, had those decked. And Memorial Day weekend, we put that engine together and got it in his car. And we got it done yesterday and he's driving it around. It's running good. So maybe if he pulls in, I'll show you that. But that's a 400 horsepower Subaru WRX. Now capable of 700. It's got all full Perrin fueling, Grim speed, valves, it's got all the works. More than I even know about. So when he bought it, the guy built it and he didn't do any internals. Obviously the internals failed, so we went from there. But this is what we've got left over from the couple engines we had. You've probably already seen this, but somehow the wrist pin got below the piston and that's all locked up in there. So that motor's bad. It's sad because that's a JDM engine. So essentially we got a USDM block, all closed deck. All this is filled in. The cylinder walls are inch thick. You know, the rods and the pistons. So it should handle it. And we put all the JDM stuff on the USDM head, so that deletes a lot of emission stuff and all that jazz. So but the engine is running. It's running well. The car sounds good. I'm happy. That was a lot of work and I'm proud of him. He just graduated. He's bought all the parts for that engine. He's got about $5 grand into it. So hopefully it's bulletproof and reliable. And now I can get back to this, but it's got the 034 catch can set up, which is pretty cool because it replaces this down here with a billet cap. The kid did a lot of cool mods to this car. He just couldn't finish it. So I just got my boost gauge hooked up. I ran it right into here, the fuel regulator. I don't know if that's kosher or not. Hopefully I can tap in there. If not, I'll just run that and try to tap into another line. But I didn't have any other nipples that were small enough to accommodate that. And then obviously the big one's going to go to our brake booster. And I'm trying to run a hose, but I can't get anything to look like I want it to. I have a 034 hose somewhere around here. I have this hose. This is a nice thick heavy duty hose that would be long enough to route around in here, but we're limited on space. The catch can goes here on that bracket there. Obviously this sits here. I've got a pipe that's going to bring the filter down. This goes in there, goes in there. So we've got our catch can, we've got ample vacuum to it, and then here's our hose that I'm guessing comes with the 034 kit, and that goes to the booster down here and then up to here. But I think that looks like crap. I don't like the way that looks. So trying to figure that out right now. And I think I'm gonna check the oil and we're gonna give this thing a test fire. Hopefully it's not knocking, hopefully it runs. I'm pretty sure I've got my fuel lines hooked up right. I don't know which one is pressure and return. I've gone on the interwebs, Googles, YouTubes. I can't find a definitive answer. So I'll get this out of here. This is the old intake tube that we no longer need. All those parts are deleted. But yeah, so I just finally, because the Bug had a different turbo cooling system, I had to chop in some hoses and make all that work. So I did that yesterday. But predominantly, I think this thing is pretty much ready. We've made it a little bit farther. I've routed some lines the way I want. This one I'm not going to use yet. But basically, I think I've got all vacuum hoses and vacuum ports plugged. This is the bottom of the N75. I don't know if we need that yet. So I plugged it. If we do need it, I will just run this blue hose. We got a T, I'll T into there, depending on how it runs. This is blocked off here. I could even run something to here. We've got the whole red, white, and blue theme going. Through this on, this is about how that's gonna go. Maybe, we'll see. I'd like to have the filter tucked up in here more. Battery's gonna sit here, or maybe a little less of a bend and bring it over in this hole. So we've got a box full of those fittings. So there's an intercooler kit there. Here's a box of just miscellaneous random pipes. Here's a intercooler off something. This is actually a freaking sweet intercooler. I might see if that works on the Jetta. And then we've got this little pod deal here. Just tons of stuff. Need an intercooler? Got one of those. How about some brass intercooler piping? If you polish that stuff up and put it on the right car, that would look awesome. Got wings, just a pile of stuff. Actually, let's go see how this fares. I want to see how this looks. Freaking metal, thick. Man, that thing's sweet. Yeah, it's about the same size. This one's all metal, that one's plastic. But you can see it comes in there. This one comes out the bottom in the back there. That would take some severe modification. And if we were going to go through all that, we would just run a front mount intercooler. I believe I've got the fuel lines right. I think we're about ready. I'm going to get a jump pack hooked up. Let's see what this thing does. Hopefully it starts. I don't know if it will. It's my first effort. It's hooked up. Let's see if it starts. We got power. We got a bleeder clutch. It's on the floor. Let's see. Wow. Boost gauge is working. Obviously, we've got no radiator. This thing fired right up. First start, and I don't know how long. I don't know when that guy pulled this out of that Bug. Sounds good. If anybody knows if I need this bottom fitting on this N75, let me know. I'll tee it in, but I'm honestly not sure. I kind of have to see how it reacts with the recirc valve and all that stuff, but sounds good. It's gonna be running wonky because there's a lot of stuff unhooked, but no major noises. Freaking sweet. It didn't even tick or knock. That sounds good. Here, let's see if I can leave you back here, see what this sounds like. So it's a little bit sputtery. It's kind of, the gas in it is extremely old, smelled nasty. This car has sat for all of 3 years, so kind of listen to it. You can hear that blow-off valve. Sounds good. It's just at the bottom when I first hit it, it's kind of breaking up. Nice. All right. Good deal. What the? How'd that happen? Either way, I'm happy. Hell yeah, brother. All right, we've made it somewhere. And that breaking up could easily be because of this leak here. So I want to take this off and paint it. Actually, I might try to find a different pipe. I kind of like that. Once I clean it up, paint it black, it's gonna be weird having clamps all over the place, but I mean, we're kind of limited. It would be cool to do like a front mount, come down, over, and then up and in, but these cars are set up pretty nice for that, with this being here and that being there. But other than that, this thing is almost a wrap. Still looking for wheels. I want to post this thing for like 5,500 bucks, you know, so it's got to at least look the part. And the wheels are about 80% of the way a car looks, so got to kind of find some. It is what it is. We're making progress. Oh, also, we're going to look at a couple E30 BMWs, and we picked up this 2JZ engine. That could be cool. We'll see. I don't really have the money to build a project car right now, but it'd be something cool to, you know, say we did. I need to try to figure out what would make this engine sputter before I put the front end on and bury all this and can't find it. So I want to go through, look at all my connections, make sure everything's on and good, because that front end goes on and it gets tight in here. Like, working on anything under the intake is nearly impossible. So I do have plugs like this. I don't know what these go to, but he had them booted off. I've got this one and another one that's got this rubber boot over it. No clue what they go to. Any 1.8T experts, please let me know, because I'm not. Did have the fuel lines backwards first go around. Got that fixed. We do got our 8 coils that came with it. I could throw these bad boys in real quick. Let me do that. That'll only take me a couple minutes. Well, you know me. I did the right thing and put the whole thing together. It came together nice, if I'm being honest. So it runs good now, but it's got this weird thing where it will not start on the first key cycle. I don't know what it is. Here, hopefully I can show you guys. So we're in the car. Oh, lovely. And battery's dead. Let's take care of that. So this car's got this weird thing where if you don't take the key out, the radio stays on until the battery dies. And, you know, I forgot. So let's get it on a battery charger. Better yet, let's jump it. All right, now let's see. Yep, see? If the key is in it, the radio stays on. What is that all about? Let's put the key in. Oh, no, it won't come on unless you start it. All right, let's see what it does. Kapoop. It makes that weird pop every time. Let me get in here. and then it'll run. It does that every single time. I don't know what it is. What would even cause that? But it runs. Man, these subwoofers in this trunk actually are loud as heck. So it runs good. Runs really good, actually. I need to adjust these because the hood doesn't pop when you pop it. So you gotta pry the hood open and then pop the popper. Hopefully that fixes it. All right, so it runs. Let's check it out. Turn the lights on for you guys. We got boost. Sounds good. We bled the clutch. Sounds good, other than the brakes. Let me get this out of the shop. We'll take it down the road, see if it actually shifts. I got no power steering, so all right, adjusting those did work. I gotta put the grill on. We got no power steering. And I remembered when I unhooked the pump down there, it sat and drained the whole time the engine was out of the bay. Let me go get some of that. And of course, everything's on the whole other end of the building. I swear I walk like 5 miles a day. I'll start a job, realize I need something, and it's on the other end of the building. This one hit a deer. The bumper was folded back into there. Pulled it out with the forklift. That don't look too bad. Now we just need to jack up on this and bring that up to the fender. She's good to go. Mint. Look at them taillights though. Freaking cool. I'm surprised all the lights work, which is weird. Oh, I'm lying. Except for, you got this little one here. I need to put a bulb in there. Other than that, it all works. The bumper was a little smashed up when we got it. We made it work. It'll look good with the grill on it. Get the power steering in. Let's see, do we have power steering? Hopefully. Oh, yep. Instantly. Instant power steering. I don't know if I can film and back out of here at the same time. It sounds pretty good for how quiet it is. Hopefully I don't hit anything. All right, let's take this thing to the road. Holy crap, this thing boosts right up. Let's watch this boost gauge. Watch that boost gauge. Holy shit. Wow. This thing's crazy. What is that noise when it gets into boost? Wow, this thing is freaking wicked. I can't believe how hard this thing's pulling. Brakes are grinding. It hasn't driven in 3 years. What in the heck? Stage 2 tune. I don't know what the heck they did. Let's turn. We'll start in the bottom of third gear, see what it does. I don't want to bend a rod though. Alright, let's start in the bottom of third. See what boost we hit. Go. Wow, almost 25 pounds. The tires start spinning. Holy crap. Wow. I did not expect that from this. That is freaking crazy. It drives really good. Loud as hell with how low it is. I need to find some 17-inch wheels so I can bring this thing up. Alright, well, I'd play some music for you guys, but can't do that on YouTube. They've been striking all my videos lately. Let's roll these down in case the door's locked somehow. That's my luck. See if it starts back up. See? What in the heck is that? Why? If you know what would cause that, please tell me, because I'm at a loss. Let's get a code reader and see what these codes say. Also, looking at the footage, my speedometer wasn't working. How the hell did I not notice that? I wasn't even looking at my speed. I was just trying to feel the car out. So I'm looking at these codes. I got one camshaft position sensor A, circuit high, and mass air volume current low. So that's easy. We have to throw a cam position sensor in this thing, and mass airflow sensor. Maybe it was getting rattled around. I don't know. Sounds good though. We're about there. I'd say it's a win. Got a couple little things to do to this car. I want to put the grill on, and I'll go through and figure out what's going on with those codes. We fixed the power steering. It's predominantly together. I'd like to find bigger wheels for it, but I think we're going to post this car for 5,500 bucks. We bought it for $1,000. We bought the engine for $350, and obviously we washed it, cleaned the inside, but everything pretty much works. And $350, and then we bought some fluids. I'd say we have 1,500 bucks into this car right now if I don't do anything else, and I could sell the car for way more than that the way it sits. So I'll throw a couple more bucks into it, and we're gonna post it for 5,500 bucks. See what we get. I mean, it's fresh paint job, nice white color, it no rust, interior's beautiful. It's got stage 2 Euro Customs tune and a bunch of little goodies under the hood. It runs very well, it boosts up very well. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna post this thing for sale this weekend. We'll see what we get for it. If you want to see how much we sell it for, you have to come back and check it out and see what else we buy. I don't know what we're gonna buy. We're actually looking at some BMW E30s. A guy's got 2 of them, and we're thinking about maybe that 2JZ in an old E30. I don't know, thinking about it, it'd be cool to do. I don't really want a project that I'm gonna throw all my money into and not profit for a while. I like these quick flippers where We buy it, throw an engine in it or a tranny, get it running, and 2 weeks later, make a couple $1,000. Kind of what I want to do with this one. We'll see. But if you want to, you know, flip cars or modify cars, especially Audis and Volkswagens and Subarus and all the weird crap we're into, think about subscribing. We've made thousands of dollars on this channel just buying junk, fixing it and selling it. If you want to learn how to do it, hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Appreciate you watching. Peace.